What's up, YouTube? Hudson Man 2 here, and I'm lagging because yeah. But I want to tell you guys that the video that you are about to watch is the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. And I'm sorry if the sound in the background sounds a little bit different. I am using a old school texture pen. That's just a head right here. But the video you were watching is the near to get it. We're getting close to the last bit of the history of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And again, I'm just hopping around. This is just something for me to do, so I don't get bored. But yeah, the history of Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds is still with jump cuts because I'm still getting used to the recording software. And a bunch of other stuff that I really just want to tell you guys about, but I'd rather not spoil. It's a surprise. Also, there will be some repeating lines, because, I mean, we did something in there, and I'm going to have to leave a link in the description to another person's channel rather than Ricky and Brian, because I used a character from a different channel, and I'd rather not get offended or anything, or anyone being offended by that. So I hope you guys enjoy that little bit, and I will see you in the video, guys. What's up, YouTube? Hudson Man 2 here, and the trio is back. I'm here with Ricky and Brian. Say hi, guys.
Yo, fellow gamers and duelists, what is shaking? It is Lion 346.
Hey, everybody, it's MLP11X. I'm back!
But in all seriousness, guys, we are here for the next to last main part of the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! We are doing one of the best series, one of the best meme-based series of all time, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and you'll find out soon why it's a meme-based. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, the thing is, guys, you've been waiting for this. You've been asking for it. Well, here it is.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
After several months of waiting, it's time to wrap it up.
And it's time to kick this Turbo Duel into overdrive. But in a few minutes, me and Brian have to go do something in a few minutes. But we're gonna finish our intro and then we're gonna go, right, Brian?
Yeah.
And we've both called over two special friends from other videos to come say hi to you guys, right, Brian? But yeah, let's go. Let's finish the intro first. All right. So in this video, we will be talking about the main characters, story plots, special monsters, cards, different D wheels, a bunch of different stuff. Am I right?
And also, guys, I will be filling you in on the final battle from the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal between Yusei and a certain villain, but we'll get to that
Wait, hold
later.
on. You said Zexal.
I meant Spidey, sorry.
That's next time.
That train wreck is next.
I still can't wait for Art Vivo.
Here's the thing, people. And here's the thing. All three of us will guarantee you, when we get to Zexal,
We're gonna tear it apart.
Tear a new one.
we are going to pillage the heck out of the series.
And we might have another special guest, as Ricky knows. Well, I know another friend, right, Ricky?
Oh, yes. Oh, heck yes.
Yeah, I know someone, a really close friend of Zexal. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, my friend, I hear my friend knocking at the front door, so I gotta go get him.
Actually, wait a sec. Before you do that, shouldn't we play the theme?
Oh, true.
Oh, yes.
We're all giddy, guys. We're all excited.
Yeah, so everybody, enjoy the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme ever.
Wait, do I need to play GX then?
Wise guy.
I gotta have some fun, don't I? To me, that's one of the more relaxing of the Yu-Gi-Oh themes.
Oh yeah.
But oh yeah,
And also, I get just that one little thing. That's the ringtone from one of my friends. So when he calls, I'm like, "You say Second Repair Shop, what do you need fixed?"
by the way,
And one of his responses was something like, "Yeah, my dual runner needs an oil change. Can you help me with that?"
but yeah, another thing I need to say before I go, because my friend's definitely yelling for me right now. I can hear him in the back.
Yeah.
But
I'll be right back as well.
First, I have to say that there will be jump cuts because I'm using a program called Lycam that does record really well, as you guys have seen from my Minecraft videos. But we're not using the game setting; we're using the normal recording video setting. So that it'll be kind of weird because it can only record 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, you guys will see a jump cut. Right, guys?
All right.
All right, I'll be back. Oh, hey, man, how are you? Hi. Alright. Thanks. No problem. Hello?
Well, everybody.
Hello! Line 346 asked me to stop by.
Same thing
Okay. Now, if you guys don't know who these two are, I will do the introductions. Alright, introducing first, all the way from New Domino City, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans and duelists. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Abridged Jack Atlas.
Hello.
And our next guest, all the way from the antique shop in Jackie Chan Adventures, give a round of applause for Uncle!
What am I doing here? I was doing some research and what am I doing here?
I thought you said
Where?
Lion 346 called you over.
Yeah, he did.
And Hudson was
The
like,
reason why you
He didn't tell me why I was going to be here.
The reason why you two are here is very simple, and I will explain. You two are going to help me do the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D.
oh yeah,
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Oh, if you're unfamiliar, Uncle, it is an anime TV show. And it's based on a card game.
on motorcycles. The only reason I know this is because Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is actually my show, because I am the best friend of Yusei Fudo.
Yep. And speaking of Yusei Fudo, let's not waste time, people. I'm not gonna waste you fans' time. No, no, no. So let's start with the main man himself, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the one duelist that pulled New Domino City out of the darkness, and is now a world of it is now a world of awesomeness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about Yusei Fudo. Now, how should I start off with Yusei Fudo? Very, very simple. He's pretty much not only a duelist, but he's an also very highly skilled mechanic. And he designed in the beginning of the story, which I'm going to get to now, he designed his own dual runner.
Well,
But
actually, he built two. I stole one of them.
Yep. We're going to get to that. So.
What kind of friend are you? You are stupid.
But yet, later on, me and Yusei became best friends ever.
Yeah. But let's not cut to the quick there. Let's tell everyone what happened in the beginning. So, pretty much yes. One of the dual runners gets stolen.
By
and
me.
later on, Yusei finds out that it is indeed his best friend, that he's known for a long, long time, Jack Atlas.
Me.
Who also stole Yusei's most valuable treasure, Stardust Dragon. Now, how this story turns out is very simple. Pretty much in order to get Stardust Dragon back, Yusei had to scratch. He had to claw. And he had to get from the satellite to the city. So how did he do that? Simple. He had to get through sector security, and he had to get
What is security?
sector security. Pretty much they're the people that pretty much they're the police forces that are based around satellite and the city, and they capture evil doers and other stuff.
And each of them are trained to play card games on motorcycles.
You got that right. So pretty much how this works is pretty much one of the sector security, the main one, Garag, if that is his name. Pretty much, he's an old from what I remember, he knows Yusei very well. And pretty much before Yusei can get to the city, him and Garag have 2 turbo duels for the first few episodes. And then the final one, he's pretty much able to use Junk Warrior to destroy Garag's monster, and he safely managed to get from the satellite to the city. And that's where Rex Goodwin comes in.
I actually got something to add.
Go on, Jack.
Now, Officer Trudge and me and you're saying a bunch of the other main people all went to elementary school together, right?
Yep.
And from what I remember hearing, he actually said one day he wanted to become a police officer. He used to, me and, Yugi Moto used to go to school together. During the first few, because I did watch his show, during the first few episodes when he was actually in school. I was in the background, I think I was, me and Yusei were, in the lunchroom dueling. Sadly, we did not have motorcycles yet. But, he came up to us and said, "Hey, Jack." I was like, "What?" He was like, "One day I want to be able to play card games on a motor. I want to be able to chase people down with trading cards." And I was like, "Cool story."
And pretty much that's where the invention of the dual runners comes in. And if you don't know what they are pretty much the latest invention that was made by the one and the only Kaiba Corporation.
I've never met Kaiba, but I heard he was a dick, from what I heard.
Well, in the beginning he was, but he turned out to be a very personal friend of Yugi, and I'm talking about the one and only Seto Kaiba.
Yes.
But the thing is, we're pretty much getting off topic, people, so back to the story. Pretty much as I was saying, pretty much Rex Goodwin hosted a special tournament. And pretty much the winner would get a trophy at the end of the tournament. Pretty much Yusei had to battle through several duelists in order to get the Jack Atlas through the tournament. One of those duelists happened to be one of the toughest people he's ever faced. And that would be Akiza.
You mean the plant witch person? You mean a lot of us in the signers call her Yusei's girlfriend.
Well, as I was saying, pretty much the duel of Akiza and Yusei was really good. The thing is, Yusei was able to beat Black Rose Dragon in order to get to the next round. Later on, he would face, if I remember, another duelist. The guy that rode the motorcycle. Oh, yes. Hunter Price.
I remember him.
Oh, you've never heard of him. I will tell you who Hunter Price is. Hunter Price. The man with the zombie skull deck. The skull head. The burning skull head deck, as he calls it.
I've got some of them.
Huh?
Hudson lent me some of them so I could look at them.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were pretty cool designs, to be honest.
Uh-huh. Well, if you want more information on Mr. Skullhead,
What about Scott? Wait, I just thought of something. I know what kind of headphones he uses. Skull candy.
okay, I got Hunter Price pulled up right here.
Yay!
And I will tell the fans about Hunter Price. Pretty much Hunter Price in 5Ds, pretty much he's a biker. And pretty much, he is a former Duel Monsters World Champion.
And I guess we're back, right?
Yep, we're back. All right, we are back, people. Sorry about that. The video software that my buddies are using, it cuts out every 15 minutes. So trust me, we will upload this in 15-minute intervals.
Well, actually, no. From what Hudson told me, before Hudson, I think he told me he was going out with his girlfriend to get some food, right? He told me that he was gonna edit it together.
No. We were talking about Hunter Pace.
Yeah.
The guy with the burning skull head deck. Now, as I was saying, pretty much in the Grand Duel, in the what was that tournament's name?
You were telling about his backstory.
No, I wasn't.
Thought you were.
Pretty much, I was talking about Hunter Price, the guy with the skull head deck. Pretty much the Fortune Cup, yes. Pretty much Yusei faced Hunter Pace in the Fortune Cup, and even though the burning skull head deck kept inflicting damage to his life points, he managed to safely beat Hunter Pace and go on to face Jack Atlas.
Yay!
But before he faced Jack Atlas, if I remember correctly, he faced another guy. Let me think. The Flying Fortress Skyfire guy. I can't remember his name. But anyway...
I heard about this guy from Lion. I think his name was Gregor?
You got a point. You have a point. You have a point. That's his name. But anyway, the guy pretty much used a machine-type deck that combined 3 types of machines together. Similar to other types of monsters that would go before him, like the XYZ monsters, the VW, XYZ, Dragon Castle, Cannon, and so on and so forth. But these 3 monsters, oh no.
What about the Beachon Beetle thingy from GX?
Yeah, that one too. But whatever that guy's name, anyway, I'm pretty much getting ahead of myself. Pretty much this guy is the strongest monster, gave Yusei a run for his money, but that is until Yusei used a whole bunch of monster spells and traps to get the best of him, and he was able to beat him, and that's when we get the biggest spectacular ever, Yusei versus Jack Atlas. And this is where things got good, because the thing is, Jack Atlas, even though Yusei tried his hardest to beat Jack Atlas, he got the best of him by using the speed spell End of the Storm. And it was able to win. But the thing is, that's okay. Even though he had a Stardust Dragon back, I mean, sure he lost, but the thing is, he would get better over time. And that's where the Dark Signer storyline comes into play. These Dark Duelists come from the Netherworld, and they have a purpose.
Right.
To pretty much use,
What kind of purpose?
to use the Earthbound Immortals and drive the world to darkness.
This sounds serious!
Oh, it's serious, all right. And the thing is, over time, but before I get ahead of myself, before the Dark Souls Signer storyline, before I make them known, pretty much Rex Goodwin informs each and every one of Yusei's friends that they have bared the mark of the Crimson Dragon, and their purpose is to discover its hidden secrets and abilities.
Crimson Dragon? What is that?
It's a legendary dragon that was.
Okay.
Now, as I was saying, each one of them bared the mark of the Crimson Dragon, so pretty much each one of them had a task to protect the world. That's where the Dark Signers come in, because the thing is, they wanted to destroy the Signers. First up, pretty much it would be the first Signer to challenge them would be known as Howard Kessler. The man responsible for pretty much giving Yusei Fudo his very first loss. And that was due to the fact that even though Yusei tried his hardest to beat him, he kept using a combination between the Infernity monsters and Earthbound Immortal Kokapakapu. And the Earthbound Immortal managed to beat Yusei, but it wouldn't happen again. Yusei managed to get back up, repair his dual runner, and he came flying out of the gates. And in the second round between him and Howard Kessler, he managed to beat him. That's where we go to the next set of duels. The other Dark Signers would go after Akiza. They would go after Jack Atlas. They would go after Leo and Luna. But each one of them successfully managed to win their duels. And that's when it would be a four-way dance, as I like to call it. It would be Crow, Yusei, and Jack versus Rex Goodwin. And at that time, Rex Goodwin had the final mark of the Crimson Dragon. And pretty much, he also managed to he was also a Dark Signer, which no one knew about.
They had the work cut out for them.
So pretty much he wanted to absorb both the light and the dark. He wanted to rule the world. He wanted to destroy it first, then remake it into an image of his own. But that's where a savior comes in to foil his plans, and that savior would be in the form of Majestic Star Dragon. Destroying not only the king of the Netherworld, but wiping out what's left of Rex Goodwin's life points. After beating his Earthbound Immortal, Wire Krotra Raska. And pretty much after all they went through, they managed to save the world for the first time ever. But that would not be the only threat they would have to deal. Oh no. There would be another tournament later on, but they would have to face a duo of god cards known as the Azir Nordic gods. 3 monsters that people say that are totally unstoppable. But not so fast. Pretty much Team 5D's pretty much formed for the tournament, and it was a whole. Pretty much what I'm saying is they formed for the new tournament in order to go after the new villains. Jacob, Lester, and what was that other guy's name? I can't remember the other guy's name, but I know who I'm talking about. But anyway, pretty much how it goes is that pretty much they go through several other teams first. First, they have to go through one of the teams they have to go through is Team Rainbow, who consists of the Nordic duelists. 3 duelists that were given the Nordic eyes, as I like to call them. Pretty much how that duel went out is pretty much they did manage to summon all 3 Nordic gods, but after one by one, all of them were destroyed by Team 5Ds, and they managed to advance. They managed to beat the other teams while they were at it, all the way to get to what I like to consider 3 of the strongest duelists ever recorded. The Mechlord duelists, who have in possession the Mechlord Emperor monsters. Mechlord Emperor Weissel, Mechlord Emperor Grinnell, and Mechlord Emperor Scale. And all 3 of them, well, they didn't go down that easily. Sure, they were beaten one by one, but that before one final duel was initiated, they all combined together to form Imperia. And that's when Yusei and Imperia went to war. And he faced the last of the Mechlord Emperors and the strongest one of all, Mechlord Emperor Astro Mechanical, who he pretty much managed to beat. And pretty much, that's what ended the first few seasons of 5Ds. Now we get to the final, but what I've seen in the final season. Pretty much in the beginning, pretty much Yusei sees this floating mechanical machine, humanoid type thing. Later on, what he wouldn't realize, it'll be the mastermind of of everything that's happened. Z1. But this wasn't no ordinary duelist. Oh no, he was in possession of some of of what I like to consider the strongest monsters in existence, the Time Lords, who pretty much people is a deck that I plan to re-resurrect.
Well, if I'm right, the only in the real life TCG, the only one is Sylphion, the Time Lord, the ultimate Time Lord.
Yes, those are the only 2 Time Lords that were ever made. But the thing is, I happen to be pretty much the only person to possess an actual Time Lord deck, who I will resurrect very soon. But back to what I was saying. Pretty much Time Lords gave Yusei a challenge over time in the final season. But it wasn't until he managed to get the Z1. And pretty much what Z1 wanted to do, he pretty much sent his predecessors back in time to try to destroy duel monsters, which we will get to Bonds Beyond Time at a later date. But back to what I was saying. The battle between Yusei and Z1 was really crucial, because the fate of the world was decided. It was the Time Lords versus Yusei. But the thing is, Yusei almost lost. That is, until an old friend came to him and taught him the Delta XL Synchro, which he used this new power to summon the most powerfulest of all Synchro monsters, Shooting Quasar Dragon, to destroy the Time Lords and put it into the Tyranny. And that's pretty much everything that I can recollect, people, on the story of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. As for Yusei Fudo himself, starting out with the heroes, he uses a basic Synchron deck, but over the time in the seasons, he modifies it, tweaks it to his liking, and he puts some stuff in there like Dandelion. But the thing is, his Synchron deck is what I would like to consider one of the best Synchron decks in the game. And if he was an actual person today, he would be winning all sorts of tournaments with that deck.
From what I hear, from what Hudson told me, in real life there is a deck called Dragon Rulers, if I'm right.
Yes. Linus told me that too, and from what he has said, that thing is brutal.
It is brutal. The Dragon Rulers are mostly considered to be one of the strongest Dragon types decks in existence. But about 1 year ago, they suffered a huge hit. All 3 Dragon Rulers went first to 2, but then they went to 1. As of January 1st, 2014, the Dragon Rulers were hit big time. Everybody
Very good.
Every Dragon Ruler went to 1. They lost Super Rejuvenation. They lost everything. The Dragon Rulers are now in their last variation called Hieratic Ruler. The deck is good, but it's nowhere. But they're nowhere near what they used to be, and that's why I consider them to be a less of a threat.
From what just now, Hudson called me and told me he's almost home, so I think it's about time we wrap up, right?
All right. Well, people, I'm hoping you enjoyed both of these guys here. Both of my friends are coming back to finish things up. So guys, do you want to say any final words?
I have to go back and check on these shops to make sure Toru hasn't ruined everything.
I gotta go make sure Yusei didn't drop his Stardust somewhere, so bye guys!
So, did you have fun, Jack?
Yeah.
Alright, bye Hudson. See you, Jack. Alright, hey guys, I'm back.
Okay, now that we had.
Hey, hold on. Me and Brian's
I'm
friends. Yep.
Okay, now that we had some fun, okay. Now that we had some fun, people, the jokes, the game's over. We're going to get down to the meat in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. So now that we had some fun, shall we start with the heroes first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's start with the man, the myth, the legend himself. Most people consider this good. Most people say that if there's a Hall of Fame, this duelist needs to be in it.
You say.
I'm talking about the person that has saved New Domino City over countless times.
Would it be over 9,000?
What, 9,000?
I had to.
We're talking about Yusei Fudo.
So, Yusei, from what... There's actually some legends about Yusei from what I've heard.
Oh, yes.
One of the legends I've actually heard that, from... I don't know who... I can't remember where I heard it from. I think one of the myths I heard that like... I can't remember, like, someone said that Tristan Taylor was his dad or something. I heard it from somewhere.
It was us.
Yeah, wasn't it you guys?
It was us.
Yeah.
It was us.
It's kind of hard to believe that he's Tristan Taylor's son, isn't it?
It's hard to believe, but that's the rumors.
But
I mean, you gotta remember. It's rumors. That's stuff we've heard.
Yeah.
although there have been evidence that some of the characters are family members. I mean, especially with Joey's, cousin?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you think, how far in the future is 5Ds actually, right?
Some people.
That is very true. That is very true.
Thing is, what I've estimated as this has to take place like at least, I would estimate at least 40, 50 years after the events of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Season 4.
So that means since the original, it's been about 70 years or so. Which means that somewhere in New Domino, Yugi Moto is still alive.
It's possible.
So
I mean,
but it's probably, he probably has retired from Duel Monsters, you know, and is probably living a quiet life alone, working at a game shop.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure he's taken over the game shop where his grandpa left off. And I have to say, he would be a fantastic game shop owner.
I would love to go to a game shop owned by Yugi, host tournaments, trades, and stuff.
And the thing is, as I said to both our guests, Kaiba Corporation did actually invent the Duel Runners.
So that means Kaiba must still be alive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Either that or Kaiba died off and Mokuba took his
And Mokuba took over.
That's another theory. But we'll get into that when we get into Zexal.
Yep.
Right.
All right. So as I was saying, the thing is, as I was saying to Abridged Jack Atlas and Uncle, the thing about Yusei's deck, it's pretty much a basic Synchron deck, but with a little tweak and a little modification, he actually used it very well.
And consider, I mean, in real life, we gotta have Laval, Synchrons, and different, very overcomplicated Synchros to summon Shooting Quasar. Yet he was able to do it with just a simple deck.
Yeah. The thing is, I could not believe he was able to get shooting Quasar up. That was amazing. I mean, the thing is, I actually witnessed it, people, in the final duel against Yusei Fudo and Z1 against Z1, and it was amazing. The thing is, though, I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit here between heroes and villains, but Z1 did actually appear in the English dub, but he never dueled.
He was just there to be there.
He was just there to be there, yeah.
Just like Paradox.
But back to Yusei. Pretty much, he had a hard time at first. I mean, think about it. I mean, his best friend Jack Atlas turned against him. He stole Stardust Dragon, and
His dual runner.
And he took the dual runner he was working on.
Exactly.
Which is the one he still uses today.
Yep. But what Jack Atlas didn't know is that he had another dual runner he was working on as well, which would pretty much later through the series be his primary dual runner.
I thought it was his only dual runner.
It was. But as I was saying, pretty much, in order for Yusei to get Stardust Dragon back, he would need to get past pretty much what I call the most stupidest police force in Yu-Gi-Oh! History, Sector Security.
Yeah,
Officer
'cause he had to do with Trudge.
Yeah, Trudge. Yeah, now things are starting to come back to me because me and you know a lot about this.
Well, I know about the beginning of
Yeah, the thing about Trudge is, and as I said, we're going to be jumping around people, so no worries. The thing is, I'd say Trudge is one stupid duelist.
he had
That's
so
putting
many.
it mildly.
I mean, more or less he was. I'm trying to think from like a comparison to the original. I think he was like Bandit Keith.
Oh God, yeah.
You got a point.
No, because
You have a
Bandit
point.
Keith had a good deck. Same thing. I mean, an Officer Trudge had what was it called? The Police Lockdown deck.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was a
Oh,
deck where you
yeah.
could lock down, steal your opponent's monsters. Basically, an early version of a modern day. Well, basically a newer version of the Yatagarasu lock deck.
Yeah, but the thing is, nothing will be compared to Chaos Ember Dragon and Yatagarasu, but we'll discuss that sometime in the future.
Yep.
But back to Yusei here. I mean, he had to get past Trudge 2 times in order to get out of the satellite. I couldn't believe. The thing about Turbo Duels, people, it's very serious business. I mean, it's not just your average duel. No.
No. 'cause
It
you have
actually
to
is
deal
life-threatening.
with, speed spells and stuff like that.
And it can be
you
If
life-threatening.
your opponent has gate blocker, you can forget about getting speed counters.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't just use Gate Blocker 1, he used Gate Blocker 2 as well.
Exactly.
Plus, I mean, Turbo Duels themselves can be life-threatening.
Oh, we're gonna get to life-threatening. Trust me. There's a section for that, isn't there,
Because-
Brian?
Oh God.
Because,
yeah.
okay, well, next to Season 4 of GX, 5Ds as a whole was just, I mean, there was so many ways someone could actually lose their life in a Turbo
Oh,
Duel.
yeah, trust me. We're gonna get to that. Okay, so back to pretty much the satellite duel with Trudge and Yusei Fudo. Pretty much Trudge's main monster. Oh, and trust me, this
Montage?
This was the first time we ever saw this monster. I'm talking about the band card Goyle Guardian.
What about Montage Dragon?
Oh, yeah, we saw him too.
He was cool.
He was good.
His ability is sick.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you look at his art and compare his artwork on the card to the actual card, to the animated monster art animation. It looks so sick.
Oh, my lord, yes.
Iron Chain Dragon, or what was it?
Montage?
No, he had another card that what was it? Handcuff Snake or something like that?
Handcuffs Dragon, I think.
Or wasn't it Handcuff Serpent or something like that?
Something like that.
Handcuffs Dragon, I think.
It was a
Yeah,
Yeah, I
handcuffs.
think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. It was Handcuffs Dragon.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him in 5Ds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Yep, and I know in the thing about Handcuffs Dragon, it can be annoying. So yeah, pretty much the duel between Trudge and Yusei, the first time we saw it, Yusei mopped the floor with him.
Absolutely.
But round 2,
But
that could have gone either way.
yeah,
It's
the thing is, Yusei barely made it out there. He had to get past Royal Guardian to do it,
and the gate blockers.
and the gate blockers.
Yep.
But he managed to get into the satellite, and a few episodes in, we find out that Rex Goodwin is going to be hosting the Fortune Cup, and he gives Jack Atlas information about the Crimson Dragon, who
Yep.
who we will get into momentarily, right, Brian?
Uh-huh. Yep. Sure will.
So pretty much we go into a little ways, and pretty much Yusei Fudo along the way meets a few new friends. And we don't just mean one friend, people. If I remember correctly, at first he meets 3 of them, Brian.
I'm trying to backtrack myself. Yeah, I think it's
Leo,
Luna.
Luna, and Crow Hogan.
What about Akiza?
Oh, we'll get to her momentarily.
Plus we also can't forget about Blister, Yanagi, and Tanner.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll get to everybody eventually. But back to the tournament. Pretty much the Fortune Cup pretty much starts out, and pretty much, let me think. What was Yusei's first opponent?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember myself.
Was it the
It was the Amazon guy. No, it was some other guy. I'm trying to remember.
It's been so long.
I know.
Yep.
I have this funny feeling it's Hunter Pace. Unless he was number 2.
Well, it was. I think it wasn't the
That's
first
Skunk.
match. It wasn't the first match of Turbo. No, the first few duels were where they were on the ground, right? Well, it was just. It wasn't.
Yeah, they
it was a
were.
traditional duel.
Yeah. I remember one of his opponents. Now we get to the good part, people. One of his opponents, who we're going to talk about now, Akiza,
Yep.
The Black Rose Witch.
as pretty much she's rumored to be called.
Exactly.
And we'll get into the history of Kiza later, trust me. It's very interesting.
Are we just
But-
gonna do separate things for each little character later on, or are we just gonna do all in one thing?
I think if we do it in separate, if we give them in separate profiles, pretty much we'll be able to get things. We'll be able to get around things a lot easier, right, Brian?
Right.
So
yeah.
different
So-
video, or
No,
all in one video.
all in one thing.
All right.
So pretty much back to Yusei Fudo, one of his opponents being Akiza, and pretty much this will be the first time that his Synchron deck goes toe to toe with Akiza's plant deck. And here's the thing, all you plant deck players out there, Akiza's deck could outmatch yours point for point.
What about
Oh,
plant
God,
rulers?
yeah.
Especially if she uses a certain field spell.
Black Garden, isn't it called?
That'd be it.
Yeah, the combination, if I remember, she used a combination of, I think, if I remember correctly, she used Black Garden and Dark Verger, I think.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, Dark Verger, it's a plant type monster, and I know it's a real card. She used Black Garden a lot, and the thing is, her main tuner was Twilight Rose Knight.
Yeah.
That's what she would go, but the thing is, if the duel between him and Akiza was going on very good until Black Rose Dragon appears, and that's what I thought. You say you are in so much trouble now.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever he had face downs, I'd be like, those face downs better help you, dude.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing is, he did manage to get over Black Ghost Dragon and win that duel. Later on, though, who else would he face? I mean, it's very hard to remember because it's been so long. Because the last time I watched 5Ds was 2 years ago.
Same here, man.
So let me think. Let's go next with the other guy that I can think about, that Hunter Pace, aka Mr. Skullhead.
You know who I think? Hold on. You know who I think he was in a past life?
What?
Jack Skellington.
Oh, God.
I'm about to die right now.
I'm sorry, Jack's giving me. Jack, I was talking to Jack before, and he was like, "Man, you." He was like, "Man, you should totally do that job." I was like, "Really?"
That was good, Brian, wasn't it?
Oh, gosh. By the way, Toru did an okay job watching the shop.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good to know.
Yeah. Okay.
Duel Toru's mom. That'd be so funny.
Oh, God. Are you kidding me?
Did you say the video cut off?
Well, it's back now.
Oh, it's about to.
No, it's back now. I brought it. Just restarted it.
Did you say it did cut off, or it is about to cut off?
It cut off for a sec, then I restarted it again.
Okay, so we're going.
Right? We've been going for about almost 30 seconds. So yeah.
Okay, good. All right, now back to what I was saying. The next duelist you say faces. Oh, this one's a good one. I have to say, this duelist intimidated me. Hunter Pace.
I liked his bike. It was really cool.
I like the bike, but I hate the deck. I mean, really, who in their right mind would use a zombie deck against a synchro deck?
Raise his
Yeah,
hand.
true.
Hey,
Very
hey.
true.
I mean, the thing is, the Burning Skull Head deck. What? What did you say?
Didn't say anything.
Oh. As I was saying, pretty much the Burning Skullhead deck, I mean, really. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I thought, dude, what in the world are you thinking? He's going to knock he's going to take a baseball bat and knock all your skull, and he's going to make a home run of every one of your skull heads.
But yeah, it gave him a challenge.
It did. I mean,
I
real,
don't argue with.
especially when he got his strongest monster out, which I can't remember the name of it.
Was it Sonic Skullflame, I think?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Am
Well-
I right, Brian? Is that the name?
Well, actually, I have all 3 cards, so I can look in my binder real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I've got all 3 in my trade binder. Let me see. Where are they? It's Burning Skullhead, Skullflame, and Supersonic Skullflame. Those are the 3 monsters.
Yep. And pretty much they gave Yusei's, now folks, these monsters did give Yusei a challenge, but with the help of his best monster, Junk Warrior, he went through them like nothing. And pretty much he managed to beat him. And I can't believe the guy's a world champion. I just can't believe it. I mean, what do you think of that, Brian?
That is unreal.
I mean, seriously, a world champion. Here's the thing. Put him against Yugimoto any day, and we'll see if he's a world champion or not.
You know who I think he could actually do? We all know that everyone can destroy Yuma, though.
Yeah. But here's the thing, people. We're going to get to the nightmare eventually. Oh, trust me. When we get to Zexal, we are going to let loose the fireworks.
You know what the only bad thing... you know what I think the main... But getting off a little off track here, the main thing for me that's the most redeeming factor of Zexal was Kite.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I mean, considering his deck and the cards released for his deck in real life were so related to Kaiba's deck.
You have a point there. You have a point. I mean, the thing is, the thing is, but yeah, we'll get to that when we do Zexal. But back to 5Ds.
Yep.
Pretty much, The next opponent that you say would face, oh yeah, this one's gonna get good. The Flying Fortress Skyfire guy. If I
Riger.
Right, thank you. Pretty much, I mean, I have to admit, all three of those monsters, Spell Reactor, Trap Reactor Wi-Fi, Spell Reactor, what was the letters?
I want to say XZ, but I'm not completely sure.
But anyway, pretty much all three of those monsters by themselves gave Krieger an edge. Because one of them dealt with trap cards, one of them dealt with spells, and I remember the other one, didn't the other one deal with monster effects?
What was it?
I don't
Monster?
remember offhand.
I think it was called Effect Reactor or something like that. I used to have all three, so.
Yeah, but pretty much what I'm saying is pretty much he managed to pretty much do what every combination of three monsters did in the past with many characters. They combined.
Yay.
Or, well, not exactly. Well, almost, like, sort of combined. Am I right,
Good
Brian?
enough.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, pretty much they formed Flying Fortress Skyfire, which that gave Yusei a run for his money.
Big time! Emphasis on big!
Ha.
I mean, really. I mean, it kept taking a chunk of Yusei's life points, hit after hit after hit, until Yusei drew the card he needed, and boom! Goodbye, Skyfire, and goodbye to Krieger's life points. And that's when we get to the main event. Yusei
Versus
Jack Atlas. And the thing is, the duel, I have to admit, that duel was one of the best duels I've seen. I mean, think about it, Brian. They were neck and neck.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, Use would only accept Stardust back if he could defeat Jack in a duel.
Yep. But the thing is, he almost won if it wasn't for a certain speed spell. End of the storm.
Yeah.
And I remember that clearly. He lost to Jack, and if I remember correctly, he still didn't get Stardust back. Am I right, Brian?
I would have to rewatch that.
Yeah. I'm assuming he got... but anyway, the tournament was over, and the thing is, at some point after the tournament, he did manage to get Stardust back, from what I remember. I don't know how, but he does. But but the thing is, the next arc we're going to talk about is something that I remember clearly.
The Dark Signers.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
I mean-
boy.
I mean, the thing about the Dark Signers' powers, I mean, it feels so reminiscent to Marek. It's not funny.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it's reminiscent of the events of Yami Bakura and the Millennium World as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's one thing that I like about the Dark Signers, it's the outfits and the badass looking dual discs.
Yes. Plus, in order to summon their Earthbound Immortals and their Dark Synchros, just like Ra, they had to recite a chant.
You got it.
You know what? But hey, good enough about the dual disc. I still say, in my opinion, one of the coolest dual discs was the Supreme King's dual disc.
Oh my lord! I was
here.
But the thing is, as for the Dark Signers, they would. The thing is, leading up to their match with the Dark Signers, Rex Goodwin would gather everybody, and he would explain that they have embodied the mark of the Crimson Dragon, and they would have to discover the dragon's secrets and abilities. Am I right, Brian?
Yeah.
So pretty much one by one, they had a mission to eliminate the Dark Signers and save their world.
Right.
So pretty much that led Yusei to go hunt. Pretty much I think he was riding around, and all of a sudden the first one pops up. And this one, I have to say, this one's the most feared of the Dark Signers, because I remember this duel so clearly. I'm talking about Howlin' Kessler. Oh my lord. I have to admit, if there wasn't a good duel with Callan, I don't know what was. The turbo duel was amazing. I mean, it was synchroned basically with an archetype that we know today, Infernities. And oh my lord, it was amazing. I mean, they were both neck and neck until Callan used the effect of 100 Eyes Dragon, his Dark Synchro. When that sucker got destroyed, that's when he pulled out his strongest monster. And you know where I'm going with this, Brian.
Yep, and I think when you described him, I think he mentioned that it was just as strong as Exodia, or he said something like that.
I believe so.
Nothing
I think so.
as strong as Exodia.
Well, that would fall under or something like that.
Or something like that. But anyway, Callan Kessler manages to get 2 monsters on his field. Then he was able to summon his most feared monster, Earthbound Immortal Kokapakapu.
Yep.
And then, and the thing about the Earthbound Immortals in the anime, they are at a power level similar to the Egyptian gods, the wicked gods, and the sacred beasts. And we'll be talking about this archetype in Zexal as well, the New Orders cards.
Yeah.
And now, the thing is, Yusei tried to destroy Kokapakapu, but his power was just too great, and with one attack, wiped Yusei's life points clear off the map and sent him into unconsciousness. And it would take Yusei a good while to repair himself, to repair his body and his dual runner, and get his deck situated for round 2. He would rematch Callan Kessler again, only this time he would win. He would actually find a way to beat Kokapakapu and destroy Callan Kessler. But then that would lead to the others fighting the other Dark Signers. Mainly Leo and Luna. They would face, if I'm correct, Leo would face the monkey, right?
Yeah.
Kusulu. And who would Luna? And I don't think Luna. Oh yeah, I don't think she would face a Dark Signer.
I thought she did.
No, she did.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, pretty much both of them managed to beat their Dark Signers.
Let's see here. She fought the one with Z-Man the Ape King, right?
Yeah.
And she freed Ancient Fairy Dragon.
Yep. And pretty much that's when Leo pretty much intervened, and they both took out the Earthbound Immortal Kusulu. And then that would lead to Jack Atlas battling. And I have to say, this was very emotional. I mean, really. Him battling his best friend who sold her soul to the darkness in a very similar way to when Mai sold her soul to the Orichalcos.
You know, I never made that connection until just now when you said that.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that would make, rather than Jack being more like Kaiba, wouldn't he be more like Joey then for that fact?
In a way, you have a point.
Yeah, true.
Because, more or less, in a way, that she was Jack's love interest as Mai was Joey's.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jack would have faced his best friend. And some people would say that he was actually possibly in love with this girl, but we don't know for sure. And that is Carly Carmine, aka one of the Dark Signers, who was brainwashed by them. And pretty much her deck was actually, the thing is, I've never seen anybody use a Fortune Lady deck as good as she has. I mean, oh my lord. I mean, if I'm correct, right, she got all her Fortune Ladies up to 3,000.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jack Atlas managed to get through the Fortune Ladies, but he would face her Earthbound Immortal. And if I'm correct, it was who was our Earthbound Immortal, Brian?
I'm trying to remember myself.
I know it's not Misty's Earthbound Immortal because she has the chameleon.
She had the hummingbird.
Oh, yeah. Carly Carmen, she had Osla.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That thing, I'd say, out of all their Earthbound Immortals, I sort of have I have a very good interest in using that one. So yeah, that's gonna be my Earthbound Immortal from when I use it. But back to the story. Pretty much, it took a lot for Jack to beat that Earthbound Immortal. But the thing is, from what I remember, he actually received some help from a certain card. He would receive a new tuner, if I'm correct, Red Nova.
Yep.
And that would actually allow Red Dragon Archfiend to go to his majestic form, Majestic Red Dragon, and then he would
Jump cuts. Am I right, guys?
yeah. But hey, here's the thing, it's worth it.
Yep. And we're back again with more.
Sorry about the interruptions. Now back to the story. Akiza faces her Earthbound Immortal. Her Darksider, Misty, who claims that.
And we don't mean the Cerulean City gym leader.
No. The thing is, Misty claims Akiza is responsible for her in her organization because she claims that they're responsible for her brother's disappearance. Am I right, Brian?
Yep.
So pretty much she challenges Akiza to a duel to get answers to where her brother is. I mean, her and Misty put up a good fight, but that is until, oh my lord, and this was the start of the end. That's when Misty unleashes the sad story cards.
God, those things were annoying.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta pause real quick and I'll be right back. Or do you got? I gotta go for a few sec.
What? What did you say, Robert?
Hey guys, we're back and we got kind of some sad news.
Yeah, the thing is, sorry for all the interruptions and stuff, but just like with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, we're gonna have to cut this in two parts.
Because of other reasons, right? Outside reasons.
Trust me. You will see part 2 in, what do you guys say we do part 2 next Sunday?
I'm off next Sunday.
What do you think, Brian?
Perfect.
Next Sunday it is. Okay, then why don't we finish up with me catching up where I left off.
Alright.
How's that?
Finish that up and then we'll cut it.
And I was talking about those stupid, sad story cards.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Now, duelists, you haven't lived until you face these free cards. Oh my lord! They are. I'll admit, they're some of the most broken pieces of crap I've ever seen.
No argument here.
And the thing is, once she gets to her final one, what does she bring out? Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings.
Aw, that sounds sad.
Oh my lord!
I'm gonna have to look up these cards.
Praise the Lord, Black Rose Dragon nails that thing.
Nuke. Boom.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Boom.
But pretty much that would lead to Misty summoning her Earthbound Immortal, which I can't remember the name of it, but I know which one it is. Is the Chameleon.
Yeah.
And I have to admit,
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it's Coco Raya.
that's it. Thank you. Coco Raya. That's it. But I have to admit, Coco Raya's artwork is not bad. But the one thing questions me. If it's a chameleon, wouldn't that mean it's related to the Geico chameleon, Geico lizard?
That's a gecko. and I was thinking more of Masked Chameleon. Or one other obscure reference. I was thinking the Spider-Man chameleon.
Oh my lord.
So many references, so
But
little
yeah,
time.
Yeah. pretty much she summons the Earthbound Immortal, but the thing is, Akiza wasn't the thing is, just like if you say, if Akiza's backed into a corner, she usually draws, just like you say, she usually draws the right card to benefit the situation, and she did. She pretty much draws the one card she needs to destroy that Earthbound Immortal, and she actually does. Which
Quote the original you. Heart of the card. Guide me.
Although, in the video games, there's actually something called Destiny Draw, right?
yeah.
That's what it's similar to.
Yeah, you have a point there.
Which
never
I
realized
mean,
it.
in the
I
video,
That's the name of a card for the Destiny Hero deck.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
in the video, little game lesson, I guess. In some of the Yu-Gi-Oh games, there is a feature called Destiny Draw, which could give you a card that'll doom you to lose, or a card that'll turn the duel around.
yeah. It's pretty much similar to the heart of the cards philosophy that most of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is stuck with to this day.
Yeah.
Sec for Exexel. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that eventually. Trust me. The
Oh
nightmare.
God, man, we're gonna have fun with that.
Trust me when we say this. When we get to Zexel, people, there's no games. There's no jokes. We are going to unload our true feelings about this anime, and we are going to show you people what it really is.
And I'm
yes.
hey, you know what the bad thing is? I'm gonna probably show. I'm gonna show how much of a Kite fanboy I am.
Yeah, you got a point there, but the thing is, I will admit one thing, and I'm just gonna say this: when we talk about Kite, we're going to give him the respect and honor he deserves.
I mean,
There's
you
someone
look at
else
his
that
deck.
Respect.
I mean, he's basically Kaiba, the new Kaiba.
And there's someone else in Zexel that deserves respect.
Shark?
Mhm.
Astral.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we'll get to him too.
You mean putting up with Yuma's crap?
Yeah, but here's the thing, people. Back to what I was saying about the story of 5Ds. The thing is, Akiza does manage to be Misty, but then that's when they brought the big guns. A symbol appears in the sky, and it's the symbol for the last Earthbound Immortal, Warakotra Raska. But they wouldn't face him till later. But the thing is, its symbol was spotted in the sky, and the symbol was pointing back in New Domino City. So they hurry back as fast as they can. They wind up back at that very temple where the Crimson, where they got the information about the Crimson Dragon. All of a sudden, the temple comes completely out of the ground and starts to rise up into the sky. Then they realize that a certain somebody appears, Rex Goodwin, and he reveals to them that he is actually a Dark Signer, and he gives his input on the Inner D explosion that Yusei's father was involved in.
You mean Tristan?
Am I right?
Uh-huh.
But then that's when they found out that Roman was warned Rex about this dark power, so he gave Rex the 5th marker of the Crimson Dragon, the 5th and final one. Pretty much what Rex did is that pretty much once he told them that he was a Dark Signer, he pretty much what I like to call true villain fashion, he transforms into his true identity, a Dark Signer.
You mean where he gets the weird eyes and everything?
Yeah, the weird black eyes, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Hollow Ichigo from Bleach.
And pretty much, he then takes his hand and puts it into the chamber where the 5th mark, he absorbs the mark, but then he tells them his plan. He wants to absorb all the Crimson Dragon's power, so that way he can be the owner of light and darkness.
Somebody
And
give kind of a joke. Somebody give that guy the Light and Darkness Dragon so he'll shut up. Hey, he said he wants to be the owner of Light and Darkness, so let's give him.
Yeah, true.
He'll be happy.
Happy, joy, happy, joy.
Oh my lord! But yeah, pretty much that's when Rex initiates a challenge. He challenged Crow, Jack, and Yusei to a duel, and it would be the fate of the world at stake. And it was on a time limit, because once the King Neville got that place, that's when Rex Goodwin plan was initiated. He wanted to destroy the world and recreate it in his image, right?
And if I remember correctly, Jack, Yusei, and Crow started out with $4,000, while Goodwin started out with $12,000.
Yeah, twice the amount.
Actually, 3 times.
3 times the amount. And it was under Speed World rules. So pretty much the duel starts out Yusei going first. He summons his monsters and stuff.
Then Rex goes.
But then if I remember, doesn't it go to Crow then? And he uses his black wings?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then it goes to Jack, and then it goes. Now this is getting interesting. Let me think. What did Rex summon first? It was one of the either 2 monsters. I think Fire Ant Azcator or Supre. I think it's one of the 2 he first summoned.
Oh wait, he used the Moon and Sun Dragons?
Yeah, he did. He was the owner. Those were his monsters.
Huh.
But yeah, he pretty much he manages to get the first one he gets out is Sun Dragon Inti, right, Brian?
Yeah.
And then later on he gets out Moon Dragon Kriya.
Yeah.
So pretty much how those dragons work together.
And also during the duel, when one would go to the graveyard, the other would come back.
Yeah. The thing is, in the anime, people, I hate to say it, but if you want to destroy both of them, that is impossible.
They just come back.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you want to play whack-a-mole, play whack-a-mole with those 2.
Whack, back, whack.
It's sort of like when you go after Volvagia in Ocarina of Time, and you use the hammer. Anyone up for a game of Whack-a-Dragon?
Whack.
But anyway, people, pretty much somehow, some way, Yusei manages to destroy both dragons. But that's when Rex lays the smackdown on them by summoning Earthbound Immortal Warkocha. And the thing about that sucker in the anime, folks,
It's broken.
that its anime effect is more broken than its real effect. Right, Brian?
I forget what its abilities are.
I remember what it does. One of its abilities, folks, it reduces your opponent's life points to 1.
So wait, so if I activate Ukazi, I win? Right?
Pretty much the thing is, first up, he if I remember correctly, he first reduced Jack Atlas's life points to 1, which sent him to go almost off the.
Okay, back to what you were saying.
Okay, as I was saying before the interruption happened.
So much interruption.
Pretty much Crow's Blue Runner would later on suffer the same fate and crash. But that's when later on a miracle would happen. Yusei would gain a new type of tuner that he never thought he had in his deck, Majestic Dragon. And that would cause him to tune Stardust Dragon to form pretty much what I consider one of the strongest single monsters in existence, Majestic Star Dragon, which would have the power to not only stop the king of the Netherworld, it would also have enough power to wipe Kocharaska off the map and pretty much bring Rex's life points down to zip 0, nada, yin yang, no.
Survey says,
Yeah.
So that's all we got time for this time, right,
Yep.
guys?
Well, sadly, people, that's all we got. But the thing is, trust me, fear not. We will get to more of it. Because next time we talk about 5Ds, it will be the Mech Lord, Emperor Saga and the Time Lord Saga, and then we will discuss each hero and villain.
Well, we already talked about the heroes and the villains, so.
Well, yeah, you got a point, but next time, to pretty much end this thing, the Mech Lord Saga and the Time Lord Saga.
And a little bit of Paradox, too.
And a little bit of, and we're gonna get to Bonds Beyond Time.
Well, actually, we'll do that. That'll be its own episode, I guess.
Yeah.
So, who wants to kick us out?
I might as well.
Alright.
Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little comedy 5D, first round of 5Ds. Because, I mean, we had planned this months before about doing the Maya Bridge Jack Atlas and Brian's uncle voice. And well, I gotta kind of say this, just so I don't get in trouble, right? The voices, we do not own any of the voices, and I'll have a link to Little Kariba, which is where the voice came from for Jack Atlas. I'll have his link in the description. Copyright and all that.
But trust me, these two, they do not own pretty much the work that the real voice actors done. So
we were just doing it to add a little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for all the laughs.
Just for the lulz. We just want, every now and then, we try to have a little bit of fun here. Right, guys?
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. In a few months' time, guys, all three of us, after we do 5Ds,
Zexal.
and right before Zexal.
Bonds Beyond Time.
Well, Bonds Beyond Time, yes. But right after Zexal, remember, guys, April 1st is our ban list.
You know what I think would be funny?
What?
If they were like they released it and they were like, haha, we unbanned Chaos. I'd be like, huh? Like, have a big April Fool's joke.
That would be funny.
I mean, like, if they unbanned Chaos Emperor on April Fool's Day, I would laugh. I'd be like, what? No, I think I'll have to be like, what? Oh, I don't understand.
Here's something I think would be funny. All dragon rulers go to free.
No!
No, then we're all, no, it's like, we come on. Like, we get together and we all look at the ban list. Oh, I wonder what, oh my god, no! No! I quit. Nope, out of here.
And I would pull the biggest True Jackson ever.
Yeah. Well, here's something that would be funny. I would like to see. What if Cyberjar comes back?
That'd be
How
interesting.
about the reset button?
Yeah. You're gonna win your duel. You're gonna win a duel. Sorry, reset.
But yeah,
No,
anyway.
No,
but-
reset. How's about reboot?
But anyway, all comedy, all ban lists, all everything aside, this has been me, Hudson Man 2.
This has been me, MLB Woman XNC 22.
And myself, Lion346.
And we hope you guys enjoyed our little comedy skit.
Yep, but trust me, people. Part 2, we're not going to make any guarantees, but we will inform you that Part 2 will be a little better.
And we are trying to, and with, let's see, what is it? And with our little schedule, like, each of us has our own little things we gotta do, so we can't get together often. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
When we do, people, next Sunday, it's going to be worth it.
Alright, guys.
Yes, it will.
We're out. Later, guys.
Peace.
Hasta luego.